Hello, and thanks for watching another episode of ARFCOM News, your twice-weekly dose of the finest 2A propaganda. I'd like to kick things off today by telling you why this U.S. District Court judge thinks the 2A doesn't apply to salty boys. In Beavis versus Naperville, Robert Beavis, owner of Law Weapons along with the National Association for Gun Rights, filed a lawsuit against the city of Naperville, Illinois for their ban on scowy black fully semi-auto salty boys on the grounds the ban violates his Second Amendment rights. Judge Kendall declined to issue a temporary restraining order to prohibit Naperville from enforcing their ban, because she said the Second Amendment does not protect particularly dangerous weapons, ignoring the fact the Naperville ban was targeted at normal, everyday, bearable arms in common use, not poison gas and dirty bombs. As I'm sure you are aware, the Miller, Heller, and Bruin SCOTUS rulings all reference arms in common use as being explicitly protected by the Second Amendment. Still, this is very early in the case and nothing of substance has been decided yet, so be sure to do your part by donating to NAGR at nationalgunrights.org/donate. Come on. You're just going to spend that money on the latest meme lore anyway, weren't you? It would be impossible to produce quality 2A propaganda without sponsors though, so let's pay some bills. Today's video is sponsored by TNVC.com, who believes God's plaid belongs on all the things, and Winchester. Check out their new clip packs. 30 rounds of spicy M193 or 855 loaded on clips with handy loading spoons. As always, you'll find links down in the doobly-doo.
TNVC.com, night vision devices for people who need gratuitous amounts of seeing in the dark. With all new flavors like sour apple green phosphor, white cherry phosphor, and beer. Seeing, you'll be good at it. Science, night vision, science, night vision. TNVC night vision is made with real dark matter. You'll be so good at seeing, you'll be able to see through time.
Well, friends, I want to take a moment to encourage the 4 of my viewers who still use a Discover card to transfer your balance from Discover to Visa. I'm sure you remember everyone going nuts over the new merchant codes the ISO introduced to track gun sales. And we reported on it several times. Visa said the codes are pointless and they have no intention of using them. Even if they did, nobody could tell from the code if you bought a shotgun or a tent at Big 5. But Discover has always played the Wojak to Visa's Chad, handling only 2% of the almost $10 trillion processed through U.S. credit and debit transactions last year, while Visa handled 61%. Y'all know I'm not exactly known for my business acumen, but even my dumbass can tell you that when you are struggling to stay above fractions of a percent of a market share, maybe it's not a good idea to piss off your customers. Yet, in a bold move, Discover announced they will implement the new code and start tracking purchases at gun stores starting in April. Hawaii is infamous as arguably the most authoritarian state regarding gun rights, and we've been reporting blow by blow on the challenges to their current law as well as their responses to Bruin, but a new angle for gun rights just popped up. Hilo Circuit Judge Peter Kubota dismissed the criminal charges against a man who was caught carrying a loaded revolver in his backpack. Does that mean the charges against you would be dropped if you were caught carrying under Hawaii's illegal carry ban? I wouldn't count on it. And as cops are fond of saying, you may beat the charge, but you won't beat the ride. So, exercise discretion. The mayor of Louisville, Kentucky, Craig Greenberg, has come up with a brilliant plan to solve crime once and for all. He'll have the firing pins removed from confiscated heaters before they're sent off to the state police to be auctioned. Now, if you're thinking, well, that's stupid because it'll only lower the value a little bit, but most firing pins are easy to find from our friends at Brownells. You would be absolutely right, but it's even dumber than that. No, by state law, the firing pin still has to ship in the package with the gun, so all he's really doing is spending Louisville tax dollars to create busy work. But hey, at least he's complying with state law. Phoenix Vice Mayor Yasmin Ansari had the audacity to admit the reason she's been stalling the city council for months is because she believes she shouldn't have to comply with state law and auction off firearms, which are no longer needed for evidence. Classy, isn't it?
Not classy.
Not classy at all.
Déclassé.
Now, they've been trying to settle on a contractor to perform the auctions for months so they can come into compliance with state law. And just last week, the council finally outvoted her 5-4 to use HERA Tactical. In the time Ansari was stalling, over 1,400 guns piled up, so maybe you should keep an eye on those auctions. As you folks know more than anyone, Phoenicians have impeccable taste in guns and memes.
Industry news.
Meta Tactical rolled out a Bullpup GLOCK conversion this year at SHOT, but somehow I managed to miss it until this article from TTAG caught my attention. The concept is a little similar to the Micro Roni and other carbine conversions, but it doesn't need a tack stamp or a brace. You do have to install the included 16-inch barrel before docking your GLOCK with the mothership. And although the barrel is threaded, the added weight of a whisper pickle is likely to induce malfunctions in any tilting barrel system with the weight that far out, booster or not. Link to TTAG's full write-up down there in the doobly-doo. MSRP is $500. Remember those totally sick-looking but kinda pointless SBRs in Tomorrow War with a big ol' ACOG on them? The furniture was made by HERA, and while it looks cool, it also serves the purpose of being not a vertical foregrip or pistol grip for legal compliance. They even have a filler panel for the thumbhole stock for those particularly stupid states. But now, those zany Germans have introduced a new rifle they're calling the H6, which is a bolt-action rifle that feeds from a proprietary 10-round magazine sideways. Because, I don't know, it looks cool, I guess. It's got an FG42 kind of vibe, and I could dig that. What do you think? Do you want one? MSRP is 1,400 European pesos. And now, for your moment of zen. Hey friend, do you like pews and pew-related things? Do you want to help us keep delivering you
Pure uncut American pew propaganda at the low, low price of free 99.
We literally couldn't pay the bills without our sponsors, so do us a solid and get yourself something nice from them. You deserve it. I love you.